It's your man JayGravesReport, and welcome to the College Football Weekly Preview, Week 1. Y'all know how we get it in, so let's get it in. Previewing the top 5 ball games of the weekend, so let's get right to it. Let's go down to Jordan Air Stadium. You got Arkansas rolling into town to play the number 6 Auburn Tigers. Now, Auburn Tigers is coming off of a bad loss in the national championship game. They was 13 seconds shy of trying to win a national championship against famous Jameis. Now, here's the deal. Auburn's bringing everybody back. They got Nick Marshall back in the saddle running the zone read, etc., etc., etc. Now, you also got the wide receiver, Sammy Coates. They got the leading tackler coming back, Casanova McKenzie. Anytime a brother's name is Casanova, you gotta watch out, especially if he on defense. Now, here's the deal. Arkansas gonna get the brakes beat off of them day one. I don't know who scheduled this game. You got starting the season off in SEC play. Arkansas, you gotta go out and play Indiana State or play Troy State or the children of the corn. You gotta do something, bro. You can't show up first game of the season in SEC play the second best team in the country last year, and they got everybody coming back. Let's move on to the next ball game. Now, here's the deal. We got next ball game. We got number 14, Wisconsin, goes down to Reliance Stadium in Houston, Texas, to play the number 13 LSU Tigers. Now, here's the deal. You got the Big Ten versus the SEC. Now, here's the deal. LSU is coming off of a 10-3 record from last year. They had a big win in the Outback Bowl against old Iowa, Big Ten. Then Wisconsin's coming off a 9-4 season. They lost in the Capital One Bowl to South Carolina, SEC. See how that's sticking out? Now, here's the deal. Neither one of these guys got a quarterback. LSU is going to split time between two cats. They got sophomore quarterback Anthony Jennings, and then they got a true freshman they bringing in, Brandon Harris. Wisconsin on the other end took a doggone safety, moved him over to offense, Tanner McEvery, and now he's going to be the quarterback. So I just got to go with the real. They playing 4 hours from Baton Rouge. Wisconsin gonna get the brakes beat off of them because they slow as molasses. Can't run with LSU. The Mad Hatter gonna go out there, pick up grass off the ground, eat the grass. You know how he get out. Mike the Tiger gonna be in the building. You gonna smell the jambalaya in the air, bruh. You gotta go with LSU in this ball game because it is what it is. Let's move on to the next ball game. Now, we got number 16, Clemson, goes down to Athens to play between the hedges, to play the number 12 Georgia Bulldogs. Ugga gonna be in full effect. It's the first game. You know how Ugga do. A boy show up in the end zone. Ugga might just urinate on him. Now, you gotta remember, Georgia is bringing back Michael Bennett, the stud wide receiver. Can't do nothing with him. Also, Dabo Swinney on the other side of the ball at Clemson has to replace Sammy Watkins and Taj Boyd. That's too much offense to try to compensate and try to overcome in the first ball game of the year. You playing on the road, even though old Georgia is Mark Ricks, Georgia. Nowhere in the world is Clemson gonna come into Athens, win this ball game with having to replace Taj Boyd and Sammy Watkins. Let's move on to the next ball game. Now we got number 21, Texas A&M, goes down to Williams-Brice Stadium and plays the number 9 South Carolina Gamecocks and the old ball coach. Now, here's the deal. Texas A&M loses Johnny Football. Can't replace him. What you going to do? You got quarterback Kenny Hill's going to come in. This Dunn only played 4 games last year, threw for 183 yards and a touchdown. That's it. That's all we got on him. Now, here's the deal. On the other side of the ball, South Carolina has to replace Jadeveon Clowney. So they got a sophomore kid, Darius English, that's going to come in and take over him. But here's the deal. Replacing a defensive end is not as bad as trying to replace a quarterback, especially somebody that was an integral part of your offense. So even though my man Summy, I went to Purdue with him, Summy has a huge responsibility to go in and try to get a replacement for Johnny Football, and I don't know what Kenny Hill is going to be able to bring to the table, bruh. But I'm going to tell you right now, no way is he going to win at Williams-Brice Stadium. So he takes the L the first game of the season. Now, let's talk about the big ball game everybody's waiting on. You got number 1, Florida State Seminoles. Go down to Cowboy Stadium to play the Oklahoma State Cowpokes. Now, Mike Gundy always want to holler, I'm a man, I'm a man. Hey, he going to have to be a man on Saturday night because Florida State comes in with everybody back. These guys got famous Jameis back in the building. They got the most prolific wide receiver to ever play at Florida State in Rashad Green. Then you got your running back Carlos Williams back in the building. They set a FBS record in points last year, 723 points. These guys put up 7,267 yards on boys. Mike Gundy going to have to be a man to be able to take that beating he going to get on Saturday night. Hey, now, this isn't a top 5 ball game, but I want to talk about it. I want to mention it. Notre Dame has Rice coming in town. Notre Dame ranked number 17. All I want to know is, did Notre Dame put the leprechaun on a diet? Did he get on the Dick Gregory or something? Hey, I went up there last year. They played Oklahoma. That done was about 280 pounds trying to turn flips. He was out there doing the running man, bro. He couldn't turn the flip. Hey, Notre Dame, if you don't get the doggone leprechaun in check, your boy gonna have problems with him. It's your man Jay Graves Report from the JayGravesReport.com, and you can hit me up on Twitter at JayGravesReport and holla at your boy.